Hey everyone, it's Sarah with Primed for Health Whole Health Coaching, and today I'm going to talk about being open to change. I did another video on change that you can find in my Facebook videos, but that one was really referring to how other people deal with our change, or when we decide to change, other people have to also accept that change, and so it can be hard on those around us. But today I want to focus on you actually creating change. In order for change to be created, we have to be open to it. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. So are you truly open to the change you want to create in your life? Being truly open means that you recognize where you're at currently and that you allow that into your consciousness. If you've been avoiding change, you can think about why and allow it to be there just because it's part of your brain processes. It's not a bad thing that's happening. You can also assess what you do on a daily basis to avoid change. This kind of ties into a video I did on small feels versus big feels, about all these small little things we can do throughout the day to make ourselves feel good, but we put off doing what's required to get to the really big thing that'll make us feel really great and accomplished. So do you hope for change, but create the same actions over and over? So are you thinking about the change you want and just saying, oh, that would be so great if this could happen, I would love it, and you visualize it, but you're not changing the actions to get to that change. You're actually still kind of living in the status quo day by day over and over and not really creating the change that you want. That's a really easy trap to fall into. We love to daydream about what could be, the possibilities of what could be. But actually tackling that and creating that change can feel pretty daunting to our brains. Actions are driven by the feelings that are created in our body, and those feelings created in our body are driven by thoughts. We have a thought, it manifests as a feeling, and then that causes us to take action, and then that produces a result in the world. So when it comes to the change that you want, have you assessed the current thoughts about what you want to change? How you think about it? Do you think about the change, but is it really far off? Or do you think, oh, that would be great, but that's never going to happen for me? Or do you think about the change in a way that's going to actually create movement and create results for you? Your brain is just trying to do its job. When it starts to put up, roadblocks to change, it wants to keep you in the status quo. If you think about your relationship with your brain controls your consciousness, your movements, kind of how you operate in the world. But you are imperative to your brain. You are the host of your brain. And so this organ that resides up in our head could not be doing its job without you, the person that is you, the body that it resides in. So if you start to do things that are shaking up the status quo, that are destabilizing your environment as your brain perceives it, that could be perceived as a threat to your survival. Status quo is great because there's no fear, there's no threat. You just live day by day, surviving. Your cells do their things. You hopefully procreate. That's what your body wants you to do. And there you go. And so your brain just likes to keep you in that status quo. Change freaks your brain out. It requires effort. It requires future thinking. Our brain operates off the past. So we have an experience. We take that experience in. Our brain does its magic, creates neural pathways, and now that's our reference point for a similar experience in the future or when it happens again. So your brain is always working off the past. When we start to future focus, it doesn't really have a reference point, especially if it's a big change. There's nothing there for it to rely on, to fall back on. And so it really starts to put up those questions, those thoughts in your mind. Are you sure about this? This seems like it's going to be really hard. Wouldn't it be easier to go watch Netflix? Wouldn't it be easier to eat some ice cream? And then we're going to get some energy and some sugar, and it's going to feel great, and everything will be good. But then we've been stopped from creating the change that we want to. So change is really uncomfortable, but it's also fantastic because it requires you to grow, and it really will change the relationship with your mind. It will teach you that you are in control. You don't have to live at the mercy of your brain. You can use your brain as a tool to create anything you want. Really, truly, anything you want in the world. I mean, maybe there are some slight limitations, but humans are pretty fantastic. They can do a lot of cool stuff. So, as a coach, what I do is help facilitate that change, help to open that space in your mind so that you can get to that point where you believe that you can lose a lot of weight and keep it off. You can change. You can change a disease in your body and keep it at bay, or just make your health fantastic for what you have to deal with. You can create that change. So one of the biggest questions that I think someone should ask themselves if there's change that they want to make, but they keep running up against obstacles and it's just not happening. And that question, it's very simple, is why? Why can you not make that change? Truly thinking about that can be very illuminating. It can show you what's happening in your brain, what thoughts your brain's using to keep you in the status quo. So things stay comfortable, so you stay safe in the cave, aren't exposed to the outside world, and just live your life in a ho-hum, comfortable kind of way. But that won't get you to your dreams. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to reach out to me, you can do it through Facebook. My page is Primed for Health. You can email me, Sarah, S-A-R-A-H, at primedforhealth.com. And my website is primedforhealth.com. I also have a blog on there, and I publish every week on that. So thanks for watching today, guys. I'll talk to you soon.